Now the Philistines gathered their armies for battle and were assembled at Soko, which belongs to Judah, and encamped between Soko and Azekah in Ephes-dammim. Saul and the men of Israel were encamped in the valley of Elah and drew up in battle array against the Philistines. And the Philistines stood on a mountain on one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, with the valley between them. And a champion went out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span almost 10 feet. And he had a bronze helmet on his head and wore a coat of mail, and the coat weighed 5,000 shekels of bronze. He had bronze shin armor on his legs and a bronze javelin across his shoulders. And the shaft of his spear was like a weaver's beam. His spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron, and a shield-bearer went before him.
Why have you come out to draw up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man for yourselves and let him come down to me. If he is able to fight with me and kill me, then we will be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then you shall be our servants and serve us. I defy the ranks of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together.
When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. David was the son of an Ephrathite of Bethlehem in Judah named Jesse, who had 8 sons. In the days of Saul, Jesse was old, advanced in years. His 3 eldest sons had followed Saul into battle: Eliab, Abinadab, and Shammah. David was the youngest. The 3 eldest followed Saul, but David went back and forth from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. Now Jesse said to his son David,
"Take this basket of grain and these 10 loaves of bread for your brothers, and hurry to their camp. Also bring these 10 cheeses to the leader of their group. Check on your brothers, and bring back word on how they're doing."
Early in the morning, David left the flock in the care of a shepherd, loaded up and set out, as Jesse had directed. He reached the camp as the army was going out to its battle positions, shouting the war cry. Israel and the Philistines were drawing up their lines facing each other. David ran to the battle lines and asked his brothers how they were. As they talked, behold, Goliath came forth and spoke the same words, and David heard him. All the men of Israel fled, terrified. Now the Israelites had been saying, "Do you see how this man keeps coming out? He comes out to defy Israel. The king will give great wealth to the man who kills him. He will also give him his daughter in marriage and will exempt his family from taxes in Israel." David asked the men standing near him,
"What will be done for the person who stands up to this challenger and removes this shame from our people? Who is this outsider that he should speak against the people of the living God?"
And these men gave David the same reply. They said, "Yes, that is the reward for killing him." When Eliab, David's oldest brother, heard him speaking with the men, he burned with anger at him and asked,
"Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. You came down only to watch the battle."
"What have I now done? Is there not a cause?"
And he turned away from him toward another, and spake after the same manner. And the people answered him again, after the former manner. And when the words were heard, which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him.
"Let no man's heart fail. Your servant will fight him."
"You are but a youth. He has been a warrior from his youth."
"Your servant killed lion and bear rescuing sheep. This Philistine will be like one of them. The Lord who delivered me will deliver me."
"Go, and the Lord be with you."
Saul clothed David with armor, but David could not move. He removed them. Then he took his staff in his hand, chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, put them in the pouch of his shepherd's bag, and, with his sling in his hand, approached the Philistine. Meanwhile, the Philistine, with his shield-bearer in front of him, kept coming closer to David. He said to David,
"Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here and I'll give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals."
You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, that all earth may know there is a God in Israel, and that all this assembly may know that Jehovah saveth not with sword and spear. For the battle is Jehovah's, and he will give you into our hand.
And it came to pass, when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hastened and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. And David put his hand in his bag, and took thence a stone, and slang it, and smote the Philistine in his forehead. And the stone sank into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. Then he ran, took the sword, killed him, cut off his head, and Philistines fled. The men of Israel and Judah gave a shout and pursued, returned and plundered their tents.
Everyone saw a giant that day, but I saw a man who stood against the living God. It wasn't the stone that brought the giant down. It was faith in the God who never fails.